Let's shift to Delhi now, which frankly no one should, because that's how bad the air is. The average AQI reading in the city is 488, almost 5 times the advised levels. But don't worry, our politicians are on the job. They're making memes to mock each other. They're trading blame and organizing PR stunts. Maybe if they keep us entertained enough, we won't notice the toxic air. But honestly, where are the solutions? Today, Delhi's Environment Minister had an idea. He wants artificial rain. It's a very complicated process. First, you inject salts into the air. The salts combine water droplets in the cloud. These droplets become snowflakes and fall to the ground, and once close to the surface, they melt to form rain. The Delhi government is pushing this idea. They want artificial rain, but it has to be cleared by the central government. And even then, it's not a reliable solution because rains can reduce air pollution, but the effect only lasts for 48 to 72 hours. After that, the AQI will rise again. Plus, this process is a bit of a hit or miss. You need the weather to be perfectly aligned. If not, cloud seeding will not work. All of this makes it an unreliable option. Instead, let's look at solutions that could actually deliver. Number one, tracking stubble burning. Stubble burning makes up 38% of Delhi's pollution. But you know what data says? It says stubble burning in Punjab has fallen in the last 5 years. How is that possible? Well, some believe that farmers are fooling the system. You see, satellite images are used to track farm fires. Satellite images track stubble burning. These satellites pass over India at a fixed time, between 1:30 and 2 p.m. So the farmers simply postpone the fires. They wait for the satellite to pass and then begin burning. The solution? Just don't look at fires. Look at the extent of burnt area. That would give you a better idea. Solution number 2 is avoiding stubble burning altogether. And yes, it is possible. The Indian Council of Agriculture Research has developed an alternative. It's called the Pusa decomposer. It's basically a liquid solution. Farmers don't have to burn the stalks anymore. They can simply spray this liquid on the field. It will naturally decompose the stalks into manure. Then why aren't the farmers using it? Because a lot of them don't even know about it. Some of them do, but they doubt its efficiency. Clearly, governments need to spread the word. Maybe try out some incentives too. But that's not the only issue here. We just mentioned the Indian Council of Agriculture Research. They're short on funding. They get 0.2% of the national budget. Compare this to developed countries. Such agencies get close to 1% of the budget. So the bottom line is we must spend on innovation and research. Now to solution number 3, promoting electric vehicles. Your normal cars and bikes make up 25% of polluting particles, sometimes even 35%. The Delhi government introduced an EV policy in the year 2020. They waived road taxes on electric vehicles. And that made EVs cheaper by 10%. But the waiver was withdrawn in September this year. So EV sales are down again. India's total EV incentives are worth $1.3 billion. Do you know how much it is in China? 72 billion. In the US, it is more than $2 billion per year. The next solution number 4, is covering construction materials and demolition sites. This was suggested by IIT Kanpur and it sounds ludicrously simple. We've all seen trucks carrying sand and bricks or cement piled up at construction sites. Experts say these must be covered at all times. Doing this can improve air quality by 50%. All you need is strict checks and regular patrols. And finally, solution number 5, spend money on new technologies. Consider power plants and refineries. There are 11 coal plants within 300 kilometers of Delhi. They emit 281 kilotons of sulfur dioxide. It's a tiny but lethal pollutant, sulfur dioxide. Experts say that these plants should be fitted with special filters. And doing so can reduce sulfur dioxide emissions by 67%. So why hasn't this been done? Only the governments can answer. Back in 2019, India unveiled the National Clean Air Program. It covers 131 Indian cities. The National Clean Air Program. The target was to reduce pollution by 40% by 2026. Just one problem though, governments are not utilizing this money. Delhi and Noida have used up less than 40% of the allocated funds. Imagine that. You've been given funds to reduce pollution. You keep complaining about it, yet you're not spending 60% of the money set aside for it. If this isn't political apathy, what is? Countries around the world have shown that you can tackle pollution, but you need to check 3 boxes: spending, innovation, and political will. I'm afraid all 3 are lacking in Delhi.